Hey, I'm Al McGee with Your Entertainment Ticket at www.yeticket.com. Well, the film I'm going to talk about right now is called The Warrior Queen of Jhansi. Hey, this is a story about women empowerment, but this took place in the 1800s, and it took place in India. You know that Asian country, India? Well, this is a tale about the warrior queen, the story of Laska Mumbai, the historical queen of Jhansi, and how she really, she got together with other women at that time, and they created an army to fight the British. Why were they fighting the British? Well, you know why. Because they were taking over their lands, they were taking away all their resources, and they were taxing the people there in India. In other words, they're taking everything out of India and then giving it back to Queen Victoria. Now, there is a scene with Queen Victoria, but they showed a very young Queen Victoria in 1857. She wasn't that young. And that's part of the problems I had with this film, with some of the historical moments. And not only that, cinematography, and a little bit about the acting. Now, the director, Swati Bahisi, well, this is her first film, but she gave her daughter the lead role. Her name is Devika, and she plays Rani. Now, Rani, was a young girl, and she got married at the age of 15 to an older man, but that was the practice back then, and I think it still might be the practice today, because in India they still do these arranged marriages. It's not where you fall in love with someone and you go home and tell your parents, I'm in love with someone. No, they tell you who you're going to marry, and it still goes on today there in India. But anyway, he was a leader or a king of Jhansi, and he wanted a boy to take his place. So she did have a baby, but he died. So they adopted their nephew to be the next king. Of course, she's the queen, but she didn't have really the power that a man had back in those days. But again, this is a story about women empowerment. And also I read, too, that the final 2 days of shooting, the director got sick, and her daughter, she took over and directed the last 2 days of filming for her mom because she really got very ill. Now, Jahan May is in this film, Rupert Everett is in this film, and Derek Jacobi, he plays Lord Palmerston. He's in this film also, briefly, but not a lot. I don't know if you remember Derek Jacobi. He had one of the greatest TV shows ever made. Anyway, find out for yourself what it is. Now, this is, the budget on this film is very low, as you can tell. And, like I said, it's a combination of historic drama, and it's an action movie. But the problem I had is when they showed the women fighting the British had guns. The women only had swords and bow and arrows. They were not very well equipped to fight the British. Of course, the British won, and everything else is history. But she did go against them, and people followed her, and she got people to believe in her. That's why I enjoyed this film. I learned something about another powerful woman, and it will give you that history of this very powerful woman. But you need to learn more about her by reading books and things like that if you can find information. But unfortunately, the cinematography was bad. You can tell the budget was bad. Some of the acting wasn't that good. It was like canned acting. So I can only give this 2 palm trees. This became only an average film for me. Just only 2 palm trees out of 4, 2 stars out of 4. Just an average film. I wanted it to be a little bit better, but what made it better? I did learn about another powerful woman. Hey, thanks for watching my review. I'm Al McGee here at Your Entertainment Ticket, and I really appreciate it. This is your